Now, next we are going to see about web server. Now let us learn about web server. Web server is a computer or a software that stores website and web application. Whenever a browser requests a web page, the web server processes that request and send the required information. The web server stores many types of files such as HTML files, CSS files, JavaScript files, images, videos, backend application code. Whenever the browser asks for the web page, the server finds these files and send them back. A web server can handle requests from the thousands or even millions of users simultaneously. For example, Google receives millions of requests every minute, and its web servers process all of them efficiently. Some common used web servers are Apache, Tomcat, Node.js server. Each server performs the same basic task: receive requests, process them, and send response. Real-time example, imagine a library, the book stored on shelves. When a student requests a book, the librarian finds the correct book and hands it over. Similarly, the web server stores website files and sends them to the user when requested. Next, responsibilities of a web server. Now let us understand this. First one, handle request. The server receives request from browser. For example, when the user clicks the login button, the request first reach the web server. Second one, store website files. The server store all website files in one place. These include HTML, CSS, JavaScript, images, videos, and documents. Whenever a user requests these files, the server sends them. Manage sessions. After a successful login, the server creates a session. This session helps the server remember the user while they are continue using the website. For example, once you log into your LMS portal, you can move from one page to another without logging in repeatedly, right? Next, execute the backend logic. The server performs operation that users cannot see. For example, checking login credential, calculating totals, processing online payments, generating reports. These tasks are performed on the server before sending the response. Fifth one, connect to the database. The server communicates with the database whenever information is needed. For example, student details, marks, attendance, employee records, product information. The server retrieves the required data and prepare the response. Last one, send the response. Finally, after completing all the processing, the server sends the response back to the server. The browser then displays the web pages to the user. Real-time example, think of a restaurant kitchen. The waiter takes your order to the kitchen. The chef prepare the food. The waiter brings the food back to the table. The same way, browser sends the request, web server processes it, database provide information. Web server send the response. Browser display the web pages. Okay. Now let's understand how all the components work together. In the diagram, you can see important components: browser, web server, database, response. Let's understand the flow step by step. User opens the browser. Suppose a student wants login into the college portal. The student opens Google Chrome and enter the website. Browser send the request. After clicking the login button, the browser sends an HTTP request to the web server. The request contains information such as username, password, request, and web pages. The browser itself does not check whether the username and password are correct. It simply forwards the request to the server. Web server processes the request. The web server receives the request and checks what information is required. If the user is logging in, the server needs to verify the username and password. For this, it communicates with the database. Database searches the data. The database stores all the information such as students' names, register number, attendance, marks, password. The server sends the request to the database. The database checks whether the entered username password match the stored records or not. Database sends the result. The database sends the result back to the server. If the details are correct, it sends login successful. If the details are incorrect, it sends invalid username and password. Sixth one, server send the response. The server prepare the appropriate web pages and send back to the browser. Then browser display the page. Finally, the browser display either the dashboard or an error message. Real-time example. Imagine going to the bank. You're giving your account number to the bank employee. The employee checks the bank record. After verification, the employee tells you whether your account details are correct. Similarly, browser equal to customer, server equal to bank employee, database equal to bank records. This is how website work every day. Last slide, I mean 10th slide, HTTP protocol. Now let's understand HTTP protocol. HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. It is a set of rules that allows communication between a browser and the web server. Whenever you open a website, HTTP is used to send the request and receive response. Without HTTP, browsers and servers cannot communicate. Let us understand the different HTTP request model. First, GET method. The GET method is used to retrieve information from the server. It only requests the data and does not modify it. Example, viewing student details, opening the home page, searching searching for products, reading news articles. Example, get students. This tells the server, please send me the list of students. The post method is used to send new data to the server. Example, login forms, registration forms, uploading assessments, creating new document. Example, post login. The browser sends the username and password to the user. Put method. Put is used to update an entire existing record. For example, a student edit all profile information, including name, email, phone number, and address. The complete record is updated. Next, delete method. Delete removes information from the server. Example, delete a user account, remove a product from the database, delete a student record. Patch method. Patch updates only a part of the record. For example, suppose a student changed only the mobile number, there is no need to update an entire profile. Patch updates only the modified field. Okay, real-time example. Think about a school office. Get ask for your mark sheet. Post submit your new admission form. Put replace all details in your student record. Patch change only your phone number. Delete removes your admission records after graduation. These are the 5 most commonly used HTTP methods. Next slide, request and response cycle. User click login, browser send the request, server validate the user, database is queried, server generate the response. Next, browser display the result. Okay. Next, client server architecture. Now we come to the final concept. Client server architecture is computing a model in which the client requests service and the server points those service. Let's understand first two terms. What is the client? A client is any device or application that requests information. Example, Google Chrome, Microsoft Edge, Firefox, mobile apps, desktop application. The client send request. What is a server? The server is a powerful computer or software that stores data and provides services. The server receives a request, process them, and send response. Working of client server architecture. The client send a request, the server receives the server process the request. If necessary, the server access the database. The server send the response. The client displays the result. Okay. So I have added some important questions. You should attend these questions. Thank you.